What's up everybody, it's that guy Skimpy, and today I'm going to be showing you, is it worth it to make your own jigs? You know, do you save money making your own jigs? I get a lot of questions, you know, messages, emails, texts, all that good stuff, and this is one of the main questions I usually get. So what I did is I wrote everything down on a board, and I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. And hopefully you can come up with a decision if you want to start making your own jigs or not. All right, that guy Skimpy. All right, guys, so here's the formula I came up with. For store-bought jigs, about $4 per jig at 50 jigs is about $200. The reason I put $4 per jig is because I thought it was a great average number for a jig. You can get jigs for a lot cheaper than $4, but then there's jigs that are a lot more expensive than $4. So I feel that $4 is a good average price. I put 50 jigs there for a couple reasons. One reason is it's an easier number to do the math, and another reason is because a lot of the hooks come in 50 packs, so it's just easier. All right. So that being said, $4 per jig, 50 jigs, $200. Now, if you want to make your own jigs, before I go any further, I just want to mention that everything I mention on this list, you can get at doitmolds.com. All of these prices I got straight off of their website. All right. So first of all, you're going to need lead to make the jigs. Lead is about $24.89. Then you're going to need a hot pot too. This is a beginner lead melter. You can actually use this to hand pour straight into there. It's not a bottom pour or anything like that. You just pour it straight in there like a huge ladle. Like I said, it's a great beginner lead pourer. All right, so that is $49. I went with the brush jig mold. It's one of my favorite molds, so I'm just gonna use the brush jig mold for this demonstration. Most of the molds are around the same price anyway. But anyways, the brush jig mold is about $52.50. I went with 5/0 hooks because that's what I use with my brush jig. And like I mentioned before, it comes in a 50 pack of the hooks. That's $9.60. Since the brush jig mold is weedless, you're gonna need a weed guard. Okay, so a pack of weed guards is $12.25. If you want to paint your jig, you're going to need powder paint. Each jar of powder paint is going to be $6.60. I only put down one jar, hence one color. But if you want multiple colors, obviously it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But I put down one jar of powder paint, $6.60. You're also going to need skirt collars. Skirt collars is what holds the skirt onto the jig. All right, so a pack of those is $3.40. Speaking of skirts, you're gonna need skirts. I put times 10 because each pack of skirt has 10 tabs, okay? Your average skirt has 2 tabs on it. I like to use a little bit more than 2 tabs, but like I said, most jigs have only 2 tabs on there. And then so, if it's a 10 tab pack, you're using 2 tabs per jig. You're gonna be able to make 5 jigs per pack. So 5 times 10 is 50. So each pack is $3.20. So times 10 is $32. So $32 for skirts. Then you're gonna need a skirt tool. The skirt tool is how you attach the skirt collar to the skirts. That's $4.99. So if you add all of that up, you're gonna come out to $195.23 or $3.90 per jig. Okay, so first off, right there, you're gonna be saving money because like we mentioned before, the average jig is about $4. Making them yourself is $3.90 per jig, but it gets better. So the next time you pour, it's only gonna cost you about $73.09 for 50 jigs. That is $1.46 per jig. Okay, let me explain. You're still gonna need to buy the lead, but the next time you pour, you're not gonna need a hot pot, so you can scratch off the $49. You already have the mold, so you can scratch off the $52.50. You're gonna need more hooks, but the weed guards here, they come in a 100 pack, So for the first 50, you're only gonna use half of them. So the second 50, you're gonna be able to make another 50 with that. The powder paint, you're probably gonna need another jar. Skirt colors also come with the 100 pack, so you won't need to buy them for your next 50. The skirts, you're gonna have to buy for your next 50, but the skirt tool, you're not gonna have to buy for your next 50. So going over it again, the first time you do it, it's gonna be $195.23. That's $3.90 per jig. The next time you pour your next 50, it's gonna be about $73.09. That's $1.46 per jig. So $1.46 per jig compared to $4 per jig. You know, you are saving money, but once again, that's with 50 jigs. So it depends on how many jigs you go through. All right, guys, so there you have it. 50 jigs, $4 a piece. Store bought is about 200 bucks. If you make them yourself the first time, it's gonna be about $3.90 per jig, and then for your next 50 it's gonna be about $1.46 per jig. So is it worth it to you? It's worth it to me. Even if I wasn't saving money, I still, you know, like to make jigs. You know, it's fun to be able to create your own, and it's also you know, great to be able to get custom colors. You know, a lot of these jigs that you like might not be in the store, or you have a hard time finding them or whatever. Well, this way you can make whatever, you know, color you want. And you know, Do It Molds has so many different kind of jig molds that, you know, you have a wide variety to choose from. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you made a decision if you're gonna start making jigs or not yourself. Thanks again for all the support. You know, I appreciate all the questions, all the emails and the messages and stuff, man. I super appreciate it. Man, you can always get a hold of me on Instagram, Facebook, or you can shoot me an email, thatguyskimpy@gmail.com. All right, guys, That Guy Skimpy, please subscribe.